Yeah, we're live. Welcome to the campfire. Welcome to Lock and Load. Dusty's up there in northern Michigan on his cell phone with his, I guess, friends and family. Somebody who visited Kauai is all I could gather. They're having a nice night out by the campfire there, so thought I'd screen share on that for a little while. We talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, and guns and Second Amendment stuff until dawn. And so, like, all right, well, that dropped out pretty quick. So, first thing I think Second Amendment news wanted to talk about was Florida judge, circuit court judge, overturned the stand your ground law, and they went to some, after the NRA went to some trouble to pass, and the governor signed in Florida. So I thought I'd just get that out there first. And Dusty's cell phone dropped out. That's cool. There's nothing on floridacarry.org yet about it, but let me see if I can get to the right page here. Yeah. Okay. Miami's updated stand your ground self-defense law is unconstitutional. A Miami judge ruled on Monday. Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Milton Hirsch ruled that lawmakers overstepped their authority in creating the law this year that forces prosecutors to disprove a defendant's self-defense claim at a pretrial hearing. The judge ruled that under Florida Constitution, that change should have been crafted by the Florida Supreme Court, not the legislature. As a matter of constitutional separation of powers, that procedure cannot be legislatively modified, Hirsch wrote in a 14-page order. The ruling is a victory for prosecutors who have firmly opposed the law they believe makes it easier for defendants to get away with murder and other violent crime. The law, an update to the already controversial Stand Your Ground statute passed over a decade ago, was pushed by politically powerful NRA. Governor Rick Scott signed the new law into effect last month. First passed in 2005, Florida's constitutional self-defense law has been criticized for fostering a first-shot mentality, a shoot-first mentality, giving killers a pass at justice. The law eliminated a citizen's duty to retreat before using deadly force to counter an apparent threat. Duty to retreat. I never really understood that one. More problematic for prosecutors, the law made it easier for judges for ever getting to a jury to dismiss criminal charges if they deem someone acted in self-defense. Well, that's what they should do if they deem someone acted in self-defense. The Florida Supreme Court later ruled that defendants in asking for immunity from criminal prosecution must be the ones to prove they were acting in self-defense. Right? So they're guilty until proven innocent. That's, In Miami-Dade, judges have thrown several high-profile murder cases. I assume they meant thrown out several high-profile murder cases after pretrial immunity hearings, but have also allowed many more to go to a jury. But the NRA-backed bill passed in May despite fierce opposition by prosecutors and gun control advocates upended the legal framework. My brain can't read right now. All right. Now, at these pretrial hearings, prosecutors shoulder the burden of disproving a defendant's self-defense claim. It makes sense to me that that's what they should have to do. So state attorneys contended that it essentially forces them to unfairly try the case twice, making it easier for criminals to skate on violent charges. Under the law, prosecutors must prove by, quote, clear and convincing evidence that a defendant was not acting in self-defense. Hirsch ruled on the case of Lalefa Rutherford, who is accused of aggravated assault for pulling a gun on a couple during an argument, and Omar Rodriguez, the so-called neighbor from hell, who shot and killed a man after a confrontation over dog poop. The separate immunity hearings will still be held in the coming weeks, but it will be up to the Rutherford and Rodriguez to prove their self-defense claims. Hirsch's ruling likely sets up legal wrangling in the appellate courts and the Florida Supreme Court. It's not surprising that Hirsch was the first to weigh in on the new law since becoming a judge in 2010. He's often ruled on broader legal issues that sometimes upend conventional norms. Earlier this year, the judge ruled that Miami-Dade inmate detention policy, spurred by Donald Trump's threats to withhold funding, violated the Constitution. Last year, okay, so this is a lefty judge. Last year, Hirsch also ruled that the new death penalty sentencing structure was unconstitutional, a decision that later proved prescient. Somebody looked that up in the dictionary. But the Florida Supreme Court ruled the same months later. In 2012, Hirsch ruled that prosecutors could not say a fingerprint found at a crime scene was a controversial match, a decision later overturned by an appeals court. When a Tampa federal judge ruled in 2011 that Florida's drug law was unconstitutional, Hirsch was the only local state judge to follow suit. He tossed out more than 24 cases, while Miami's appeals court later reversed Hirsch's decision. So he's been reversed a few times. It sucks that if you have to defend yourself, you're going to be, guilty until proven innocent. But so I know there's a few ammo mafia people out there that live in Florida, Pistol Pete and a few others. I like watching the ammo mafia videos, and a lot. They always get discounts on ammo that I could never get here in Hawaii. The prices are they get on the mainland over there just so incredible compared to what we have to pay in Hawaii. So I like watching ammo mafia videos a lot. Anyway, so if they're in Florida, I guess you have to, I looked at Florida carry.org's site. They don't have anything on this yet, but I'm sure Sean will be on, or somebody from Florida Carry will be on talking about it in the not too distant future on gun channels. So with that out of the way, oh, hi, Oily.
Hello. Sorry, I looked at my clock and I was like, oh my gosh.
It's lock and load time. Where were you? Yeah.
No, I was like, I ran in here.
So guess what showed up in the mailbox the other day? I think I mentioned it
what?
to you. My number 10 cans of Mountain House.
Woohoo!
Here, I'm going to show one off. Brought it out of the pantry. This is the one Canadian Prepper was raving about, this particular flavor. It was more expensive. I got some of the cheaper ones, but this is a more expensive one if you go on Amazon and get it. But, it's like a number 10 can. That's how much, like a pound, 1.5 pounds or something like that. And he thought this tasted great. So all you do is add boiling water. You can make it right in the can. You don't even need a pot. And one thing these cans are good for also is when you're done with them, you clean them out. If you could put your gold and silver in here, and people might just not, they suspect that gold and silver was in there, or ammo, or you can use it for other things that can't, besides cooking in it. So, which basically just, if you have a lot of people and you need to cook a big meal, you can just put in the proper amount of hot boiling water and wait 8 minutes, and you'll be able to feed everybody. So,
Heck yeah.
So the cheapest one was the chicken and rice, and I got one of those, and then I got a chicken fried rice with vegetables, and then I got this one, which is a lot more expensive than the other two. But since Canadian Prepper raved about it, I just had to get one of them. So hopefully, and I think the shelf life is said good till February, if I could read it right, February 2047. So,
Wonderful.
Yeah. On the not so wonderful, let me screen share something. Our wells are still out. Like, all the well pumps died. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Can you see this truck?
Yes.
What's really crazy about this is like the fact that, yeah, come on, reload the page. West Hawaii today can't do anything right.
While you're looking, we finally got a good downpour of rain today. Thank the Lord. We needed it.
Okay.
I see
how many inches?
I don't know. We haven't checked the deal yet because it was still trying to come in when we or it was still trying to rain when we came in. So, but probably at least several because it rained hard for probably 45 minutes to an hour. I went out to the shop and helped my husband pick up the shop and stuff after all of our construction projects. I figured he needed a hand out there.
Yeah, I saw your video when you were like rebuilding your garage, or your garage door. You know.
Yeah, put shop doors.
I didn't see a motor for it though. I just saw the door.
Yeah, he came back and did that. So yeah, we have a motor. It's up in the. I guess I didn't show that part, but yeah, it's there.
Okay, I believe you.
We have a remote, the keypad, and everything.
So what I was trying to show on this is they sent these water tankers to well, it's kind of near the Costco in town and in Kona. But the problem was, I don't know if you can actually read this, but it says drinking water only on this truck. However, it turned out that none of the water in the truck was potable. So, you know, and
accidentally put non-potable water in a potable water tank.
It's a government operation. You know, what do you want?
Wow.
You know, I mean, literally, it says, this isn't working like it's supposed to. It literally says drinking water only. There it is on this truck. And yeah, they did it. They posted a correction on the story that the trucks, you know, came into town, you know, and they have, you know, mandatory restrictions on water use, but, you know, they aren't enforcing them or anything. But, you know, you're not supposed to irrigate basically anything. But so what happened is, like, I think 4 or 5 well pumps died on different aquifers and all at the same time. So it wasn't a question of not enough water in the wells or anything. They just, all the pumps died, and they're trying to replace one by Sunday. But our local paper didn't say whether it was this Sunday or next Sunday. So it's like our paper just sucks. You know, I mean, I can't tell you can't get any real news out of it. But they did come up with this picture, so thank you for them for that. Anyway, if I can.
So is this causing a major water shortage there in your area then?
Yeah, well, some of the condos have, you know, had reported no water power. You know, mine has. Well, I took a shower today. Hopefully, it won't be my last. You know, I took a shower today. So, geez, if I can get to the turn off the screen share. But yeah, oh, man, and what else? Oh, other than that, I was going to say I was going to talk about some gun stuff, but I really wanted to get into the crypto stuff and all the power being out in all of Central America.
Yeah, that.
You see that on CNET?
I did.
And it was like
several hours. About 4 hours for a lot of them.
Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, all those countries down there, and all the power was out. You know, I don't know why, but
also, as one of our satellites that was either hit or moved by something something unknown.
Well,
up
I
in
know
this.
we have some solar activity, solar.
No, this was like a physical objects that went past it. There was like 3 physical objects that went past it. So I have no clue if it was other satellites from other countries or what. But
Right.
on the screen it looked kind of like other satellites, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
One that's supposed to stay stationary, and it was moved like quite a bit.
I'm gonna try and find that. So my bookmarks and that solar space news website that I bookmarked. I know it's in my prepping bookmark somewhere. Let's see. Space weather news. That was it.
Well, so on the water thing, do you have water storage put up?
I mean, yeah, I've got I haven't added to my regular water storage other than refilling making sure my ice trays are full. I mean, I have like a 5 or 7 gallon, 7 gallon, those Canadian, BPA free Reliance containers. I have one empty and one full, and I've got another igloo container that's full of water, and just some of those BPA-free Tanaka receptacles that, in my refrigerator that have some water in them. And that's about all the water I've stored. I don't store tons of water. If I thought that they basically, if it looks like they're going to fix it by either, I'm assuming next Sunday, but yeah, something could go wrong. The water's still working. There's water in the pool. I have filters that can filter that if I need to, but so far the water's still on here, and we're in the center of town. So basically, I think it's mostly they're just telling farmers not to irrigate. But let me link the solar storm thing really quick.
Yeah, farmers who are growing our food, let's not irrigate.
Well, that's what they have a sign. They have a sign. They have like a street sign that says water restrictions, don't irrigate. On one of those like street signs. It was better than what they did during the dengue fever outbreak. They just took a piece of plywood and used a can of spray paint and said, park closed for dengue. That was it. So let's see the solar report.
2 different kind of
solar
pictures
news
of the sun.
Yeah. An M-class solar flare has erupted on the departing limb. Its CME will not impact the Earth's magnetic field. This is the same sunspot we analyzed crossing the Earth's facing half of the sun last week and has now grown in activity left to Earth-facing position. Space weather is generally calming. A few solar flares erupted on the departing limb, not facing Earth, and we appear to be 24 hours away from the next cold steam impact. CME struck midday on July 2nd, driving electrical anomalies in the atmosphere and a geomagnetic storm. The storm conditions could occur today, but most likely when the next coronal cold steam arrives, which is more likely to be Monday, July 3rd. That's today. Okay. So there's the sun. That's what it looks like. In case you haven't seen it before.
No, never seen the sun before. Now, I've never seen 2 different views of it like this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're roboting.
You're cutting in and out there. Can you repeat?
I said you're roboting.
Or maybe me. Maybe it's not you.
You.
That's me sure to talk to you. got too much stuff up. Let me turn off the camera, maybe save some bandwidth.
There, sounding better. You there? Whoop. Cutting out bad. Couldn't hear you. Yeah, sounds still bad.
How increase people when they use so like I don't have trying to see what you're typing. Anything I'm saying?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, I'm going to ask people out on the gun channel side. Is it just me, or is it?
Well, on YouTube, it was still robotic sound.
Let me turn. Let me know if this starts getting better. I'll just keep turning stuff off.
Getting better now. Getting better.
It's getting better?
Yeah. Say some more. Let me see if it's. Nope. Roboting again.
Still botting, huh?
I'm asking them if it's just your sound or mine too.
Turn off my CoinCap IO.
Oh, okay, I'm hearing you good now.
Is that any better?
No, that's roboting again. That's weird. They say I'm clear, but you're the one.
I'm a robot. Okay, well,
now you're doing better. Now you're doing better. I don't know.
I'll keep turning stuff off.
Sounding better now. I don't know. I'll let you know if it changes. Hi, Justino.
Turn off Steam too. I'll turn off Steam and out.
Sounding much better now. Hi, Justino. Hi, Faith. Hi, Silver Slayer. Hi, Jesse and Too Hottie over there.
Yeah.
And Play over on Gun Channels. Awesome.
Yeah, sorry about the botting.
Better now.
I sent Silver Slayer and Silver Linings a link, a join link. I don't know if it works or not. Sometimes you have to try it more than once to log in. Sorry if I'm still botting.
Oh, you're good now.
I'm good now? All right, awesomeness.
You're good right now.
I think I'll risk turning on the camera for a couple minutes, see how that goes. One sec. I was going to link my Genesis mining account, but the whole concept of the whole crypto mafia thing I was talking about was that I wanted to do something like what the ammo mafia does, except that they use, we'll never be as good as the ammo mafia. They basically get all the codes, and they had like, you know, they had like cell phone apps that like alert you, but I don't think they work anymore, but they like scan like Walmart, and like they send you an alert on your cell phone if there's like the ammo is in stock, you know, and they basically had all the discount codes and all the coupons for air, so they could like get ammo for so cheap. It's like, you know, but I think we could just, or if we organize, I think that their motto is like, it's not a crime, but we are organized. They have a mafia.
I
So
love it.
I do too. I mean, they're cool, and they have so much ammo, it's ridiculous, but they just stack because it's fun. They make videos of going to the store and buying ammo, and they have fun with it, and that's the contagious part about it, So I was trying to do the same thing with
The crypto.
the cryptos, but obviously there's only one discount. You get a 3% discount, but you can't. The more you help each other, the more they reward you with by adding extra hash power, over time. So there's some way we could organize a list that's posted somewhere centrally that people just can go through and use each other's codes. And in like a cycle or something over and over on each of their upgrades, to increase their mining power over time. And I think cryptos went up today a little bit. When I looked, they were over 2,600 for Litecoin went up a bunch, but cryptos went up a little. Nothing major other than Litecoin. I don't have any Litecoin. I've got all my mining set to Bitcoin and. Anyway, let me see if I can find my way back. And so I'm trying to talk about guns, prepping, and Bitcoin. And cover make everybody happy. Started out with the Second Amendment thing in Florida. So let me see if I can find my Genesis mining account or not. Okay, let me do this. This is like Business Insider article. This is their actual Iceland, Reykjavik plant, like a bunch of network computers, and it's a big, warehouse full of computers that are all networked together, mining, blockchain. So, and you can sign up for Genesis, and basically what you do is you buy a certain amount of mining power, and they add the coins over time. It's a slow and steady kind of a thing. It's not like you buy it and wait for it to go up. It's just like you're mining it slow and steady, and generally you get it for cheaper than it would cost you for buying it. Straight out. So you just have to be patient. It's a slow and steady kind of a thing as it piles up in your account, and then you can transfer it to a blockchain wallet outside of the company, like Exodus.io or something like that, and then eventually you can put it onto hardware devices. But anyway, I'm going to try and find the my account on Genesis if I didn't accidentally close it down trying to stop the roboting. That was plaguing me earlier at the start. At least I was able to stay on. Dusty he dropped out. He was at a campfire in northern Michigan camping out, so we got him for about a couple minutes at the start of the chat.
Oh, I missed him.
Yeah. Well, you can replay the very beginning. You could see it, later. But he was just by the campfire, and, I thought that was pretty cool, having a live campfire. What's that?
Speaking of camping, not this week, but next week, I will be gone. We are going to the mountains. I don't think we'll be leaving Monday, so I'll probably be here. But if something changes, I'll let you know. But we're going to go to the mountains.
Are you going to have your Thursday chat this week, or?
This week I will, but next week I won't. I'll be for sure gone that day.
Okay, I think I found it.
Hey, Jonesy.
Yeah, here's what I wanted to show. So basically, when you have your Genesis mining account, this is like from the your account page, and you click on affiliate, and the more it's like I'm almost at the $100 I need to get to the 3% bonus from the 2.5%. I think I'm at like 75. And what happens is, the more people use your code, and if you use their code, they use your code. It just, slowly adds up the bonus you get to your mining power over time. And so basically, where my mining power is now is not very high, but I'm just a newbie at this stuff, so. I get the start with me. I've got 3.5 tera hash power of Bitcoin mining, which is set to Bitcoin. I've got 20 mega hash of Dash X11, which is set to Bitcoin. And so, and 5 of Ether that's set to Ether. So what it's like is you can click your mining allocation, and for Bitcoin, you could select your out. It's basically mining blockchain, but you could take your payout. They add a little bit to your account every day, and then from there you can transfer it out of Genesis to your blockchain wallet. And which I haven't got a blockchain wallet yet, but I'm going to. I was waiting for the XSIO. They have an upgrade on the 6th of July, so I'm going to download that and upgrade on the 6th, and then I'll take some out of here. But so you can select any amount from any of these. I could, could get Litecoin instead if I wanted, but right now I'll keep it. I'm just mining Bitcoin. And when you select whatever you're mining, like my Dash, select Dash, and I'm mining Bitcoin with that. And you could also mine Litecoin. Take your payments out in Litecoin. And you can select the percentages to anything you want. Keep it as it is. And I think I've got my Ether going at 100% Ether. And so over time, let's see my orders. These are the payouts. See, every day they add just like thousands of a coin to your total in your account. The SHA 256 is the name of the equation, the blockchain equation for Bitcoin. X11 is the Dash equation, and Dagger Hashimoto is the Ethereum, the name of the Ethereum equation, I guess. So that's basically, I don't have tons. I just slowly over time got like 1/100th of an Ether coin. And if you do the math, it's you have to do the math unless you don't have your blockchain wallet. If it's in a wallet, it'll tell you how much it's worth. But it's divisible and fungible, so you could pay people with this with your wallet. Anyway, so just be patient. I don't have to do anything, and it adds to your account over time. And if you ever want to buy more hash power with somebody's code, you just take the code and you select how much you want. The thing I like about the Bitcoin mining is that it's like an open. It has no expiration date on the contract. It'll keep mining, forever. The other contracts are like 2 years. It expires in 2 years. So I don't know what the exact break-even point is. I've heard some people say a year. I've heard people say 5 months, 6 months. But it really depends on what the price of Bitcoin is. If Bitcoin goes down to zero, then you won't be happy. And if it goes up to like $several $100,000 per coin, then you'll be very happy. So, but who knows? It's just it's hard to prepare for the unknown. So, but I think this is pretty cool, and so it'd be nice if we could get some people organized to help each other out with codes and all. I know Silver Slayer's doing that on his channel with his friends list, but if we get a lot of channels and somehow turn it into a little more organized, then that might be beneficial for everybody. Get their buying power, their mining power up. But so anyway, that was my thought. But anyway, other than that,
this is still all foreign language to me.
Yeah.
I'll get it eventually.
Well, it's not that hard. So there's my mining.
For you, maybe.
I just started. I'm a cherry at this stuff. I just didn't want to be sitting on the sidelines forever with no Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So give it time. It adds up. That's the cool thing about it. This is a slow and steady thing. It's not like I'm going to throw $10,000 at Bitcoin and hopefully it's worth more. It just mines it over time. And you don't have to do anything but wait, which I think is pretty cool. And if you help each other by using each other's affiliate codes, then you get a little more bonus stuff. That's pretty cool. But anyway. It's really funny, when you a lot of people on YouTube that have guns, you know, make fun of revolvers because they aren't as tactical as striker fired stuff like Glocks and stuff. But I don't know. I really like my GP100. Yeah.
Well, they're quick to reload if you need to.
Yeah, Glocks reload pretty quick, but I mean, I've got a Speedloader for my Ruger, and it's pretty nice. Let's see.
Yeah.
My
It
Speedloader.
just really depends on the person, what they're more comfortable with, what they like the best.
Yeah, I've got a little leather Galco, Great American Leather Company, Speedloader holster deal, and it just pops out. It's got 357 Magnum round in there, and it's just put it around your belt. You're good to go. Of course, you can't carry in this screwed up state, but maybe if national reciprocity passes, we'll all be happy. Put this back up here. And I've got my Galco leather American. This is my Galco leather carry holster. But I don't know. I just think this thing is like a brick house.
He's a brick.
Yeah,
Ow.
it's built mighty.
Yeah.
It's definitely mighty. And I like this sucker. I mean, it's fun to shoot. It's got a really smooth trigger, and especially single action, and it's super sweet. It's like just ease. I like it.
John
Anyway,
Z says, hey, I can see more than your forehead and hat, HVS.
okay, here I am. I should charge extra money for this somehow, but you know, Steemit is paying more than YouTube. You know, I think I made like 3 cents yesterday and 3 cents today on YouTube, and it's like, you know, Steemit is paying more money. Just people like sending me free Steemit. You know, even though I'm not hardly doing anything on it. You know, I think I'm doing something wrong because you guys are making way more than me. You went Oklahoma Prepper on Steemit, but I'm meeting some people, and you know, there's friendly people on there, and you know, again, it's all if Steam that you get paid in Steam for being on Steemit, and if it's paying better than YouTube, and you know, it's like cryptocurrency. If Steemit goes through the roof, what I don't quite understand is like it's sometimes it'll say, you know, redeem your reward for Steam, but then I wind up getting like Steam dollars instead, or Steam power instead of like just regular Steam, and then I have to figure out how to convert it or something, and it's just I haven't done anything with it yet except just, you know, redeem the, you know, whatever they send me every day
Yeah.
on the account. So have you done any conversions?
Huh?
You done any conversions yet in that
I've
wallet?
sent people. No, I haven't. I mean, I've sent people a little bit of Steam for a couple of different reasons, but other than that, no. I mean, it's real simple. Just put in who you're going to send it to. But no, I haven't done any conversions over, you know, on my own thing yet. So.
Yeah. Well, eventually we'll figure it all out, but it's like another platform, another, you know, I don't know. What do you think of Steam so far, though? I mean, it seems like there's a lot of big variety of different kinds of, you know, folks on there.
Oh, I love it because, you know, I don't just have one interest, but it seems like on YouTube you kind of get categorized into one group or something, you know, and it's like you can't like fulfill all of your different interests, you know. So it's nice over on Steemit because I can, if I want to do poetry, I can do poetry. If I want to do something silly, like enter a silly contest, I can do that. If I want, you know, like today I did a creative writing silly contest. If I want to do prepping, I can. If I want to do essential oils, I can. You know, it's just, I can do just about whatever over there. So, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it helped to just focus on one thing or do everything, you know. Because I like all kinds of things. You know, I like prepping. I like knives. I like guns. I like keeping track of gold and silver. But there's different. You know, those are all different things, and they have like people keep lists and stuff on there of whose account. I don't know if it's harder maybe to organize stuff on there, but have you done anything with that Discord thing that you were talking about on there yet?
Yeah, well, the prepping part of it, no.
Or just using the Discord talking
yeah,
thing?
I've used the Discord. I like it better than the Steam It chat. There's a lot more people over on Discord. You can go over there. You can promote your posts and get some upvotes. There's lots of tips and tricks over there that people give you over on Discord. So
all right, I'm gonna have to make a day, set aside a day, and work on checking out Discord then over there.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different groups over there. So
it's just that lately it seems like when I had a bunch of stuff pages open, it's like it's because I have trying to do too much all at the same time. My computer just slows down to a crawl.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and Discord, the notifications, you'll get a ton of Discord notifications, and they won't all be directed at you. It's just like when people are having conversations over there. But you can set your notifications, you can change the push notifications and stuff so that you're not getting that many unless it's like a direct mention to you or whatever. So.
All right. Let's see is anything happening in the text chat out there? Let me take a look. Wow.
John Z, Discord just like gives tips and tricks for Steam It. It's basically for people that's on Steam It. I mean, there's other groups on there, like online groups and stuff, that Discord has Steam It groups. So they'll give each other tips and tricks and things like that. So no, it's not that we're moving on from Steam It. It's just that we're learning tips and tricks on Discord about Steam It to help us on our Steam It site. So it's a bit confusing, I know, but
yeah. So
there's also
go ahead.
There's also an app called eSteam, ESTEEM, and I have that on my phone. It's a bit glitchy though, but it does let you know if somebody's following you or somebody's re-steamed something of yours or if somebody's commented on something. But then when I try to go into it, I mean, I can see on the notification if somebody's re-steamed my post or something like that. But if I try to go into it, sometimes it'll go to the post and sometimes it won't. So usually I'll get the notification on eSteam and then I'll go onto my and actually look at it just straight into Steam It and look at it instead of trying to follow the link on the eSteam app.
Okay, I see Jesse James out there on the gun channel side. I don't see too much typing. So what else? We covered the solar situation, the crypto currency deal, the Genesis mining, and my affiliate codes in the video description on YouTube. And let's see, Florida law, judge overturning the stand your ground law. In Hawaii, all we've got is just, the only stand your ground law we have in Hawaii is just that if a criminal breaks into your house and you have to shoot him, that he can't sue you. So it's civil only, that's about it. No, if you shoot somebody in Hawaii, the prosecutor will go after you no matter what, they won't care. They'll just, gun equals bad over here. So as far as the government is concerned. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. There was. Oh yeah. I was also going to say that I need to renew my hunting license in Hawaii. June 30th. I think they all expired. had the thing up here on, yeah, do a screen share this one. Screen share. So this is how you get your hunting license in Hawaii or renew it. I think they all expired on June 30th. So before I go shooting again, I have to renew this because I can only go shooting in the hunting, take my guns out to a hunting area. And so I have to have this renewed before I do that. So pay my $20, I guess, and $10 if I want the game bird stamp. But I think that means I could have birdshot in my shotgun, and I can't without that stamp. But anyway, so that's how you do it in Hawaii. You have to go take the hunter education course, and then they mail you a card, with your number on it, and you enter in the number and your name, and then put in your credit card, and the government takes your money. Anyway, so that's that.
In June, that's kind of odd that it just expires in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, it's like the fiscal year or something like that. How they have a fiscal year, it's an accountant thing.
Yeah.
My accountant is recovering from his bypass surgery. I think it's been 4 days now. And so he's trying to I've been texting his wife tips on, items that she'll need to get for when he goes back home.
Oh, good.
And
yeah.
like a wedge pillow. And I told him how, like, for the first month, I needed to keep the bottle of painkillers and a glass of water, a bottle of water right by the nightstand. So, because I needed one first thing in the morning. Because the pain is so intense because, it was just like when you get up, because the first thing you do in the morning is you got to go take a leak, right? But It hurts too much to get up. I mean, because it literally hurts too much. So before I would get up, first thing you do is you have to take a painkiller right away, and it takes a few minutes for it to work. And if you can't wait, then I was just like, you know what? It's too painful to get out of bed. I'll just use the urinal bottle instead. Literally, it was just easier. It was less painful. I mean, because the pain goes away eventually, in like a month or two. But the first few days, it's unbelievable how much
they have
it hurts.
to spread your chest open, so yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they take a saw and they saw your sternum in half, and it hurts. So, she texted me some pictures of him walking around, just reminded me walking around the cardiac care unit wing, and with I could recognize the look of pain in his eyes because I had that exact same look.
Oh yeah.
And I could just see the pain in his eyes. I know exactly what's. But the first day they get you up walking, they want your heart you have to start walking right away.
Yeah, they don't want you to get blood clots. They need the blood flowing properly and everything. So.
Yeah, so it's for your health. You have to get up and walk. So, but it hurts like a bitch. And but it's like it's funny. I had this. You have to be careful what movies you watch. When you're in the hospital room, because you'll have a TV there. And when I was in the recovery ward, because it's really weird. They had, for one, the two movies that I wish I hadn't watched when I was in the recovery rehabilitation hospital was the Travel Channel had something on the Donner Party, and they had it was so spooky, it was like especially at the end where the rescue team comes from up the mountain and there's one of the members of the Donner Party, a woman was like, didn't know, literally she didn't know if she was dead or alive, and so up through the snow comes like a guy on a horse with a lantern, and so she asked him, are you, is this heaven or are you from California? Because it doesn't make sense unless you've been that close to death. And it's like, he didn't know whether she was dead or alive. So he asked him, is because here's this guy with holding this lantern, bright shining light, you know, in a snowstorm, and she's just asking, are you from heaven, or is this heaven, or are you from California? She didn't know. She really didn't know. And
well, you don't want to watch funny shows either when you've been cut open. That's not fun.
I don't want to watch what?
Funny shows.
Oh yeah, laughing hurts.
Like you don't realize that you even blinking your eyelids makes your in you know, your suture wound hurt like crazy.
and you know what was really weird was the other one I watched was one of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Stranger Tides, and
yeah.
And you know, that was left on, and I had fallen asleep. You know, and that movie, they're like hiking through the jungle, and they need so many pieces of silver, a silver chalice, the tears of a mermaid, and so you know, I woke up. You know, I knew that I urgently needed something. You know, and I didn't figure out. At first, I thought up the meter. Thought, wait a minute, I immediately need like 10 pieces of gold, a bar of platinum, and a 40 of my 45 right away. I immediately need it right away. Of course, it turned out that I really needed to go pee right away because I had been watching Pirates of the Caribbean. I was like, I need mermaid tears or something, you know. It was just.
Oh, go ahead.
Weird. It was just funny.
I hate that whenever I'm like asleep and I guess my body's trying to tell me I need to go pee, and I'll be just dreaming that I'm trying to find a bathroom, and then I'll get there and either the toilet seat will be all gross or there's no toilet paper, so I'll have to go and try to find a different bathroom or something. And then I'll wake up and I'll feel like my bladder's about to explode.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was. It took me like a minute to realize that I really needed to just, you know, take a leak, get up and take a leak, which was hard to do, you know, painful to do. But I thought I needed things that they were, you know, from the movie, because that I was like, I was, you know, was ready to call the nurse and demanded, like, you know, a bar, like, quick, I need like 16 pieces of gold, a silver chalice, and tears of a mermaid right away, you know.
Well, part of that is probably those painkillers that we're talking.
Well,
in your system.
Yeah, that was earlier. So yeah, I was still on, you know, a lot of painkillers. But after I got, you know, left the recovery hospital and I was on my own, it was like I needed, I just needed to have the painkillers by the bedside so I could take one of them first thing when I got up. And eventually the pain went away, so getting up and walking to the bathroom wasn't, you know, like an whole new experience in pain every time, you know. So yeah, I was texting her about Moshe's wife, our accountant's wife, about you know, different things, you know, like a wedge pillow, triangle pillow that kind of makes it easy to roll back, and you know, basically you can't use your arms, you know, because at all. You have sternum restrictions, so you can't prop yourself up to get out of bed. You have to like just use your body core, throw your legs up in the air, lean back against the pillow, and as your lower half of your body and your legs go down, you lift up with your core, and you can get out of bed. And the trick is you have to get your body like 2 inches beyond your knees, you know, and then you just push up with your legs, and it's easy. So, but you know, you have to learn how to do everything all over again for, you know, the first few days, and you know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So, but it was really it was like survivalism, just surviving the recovery hospital. I mean, they kept that place so cold too, to prevent staph germs growing, so people wouldn't get staph infections. But it was so freezing. I was constantly shivering, asking for warm blankets faster than the blanket warming machine, could possibly make them, and warm.
Well, your body was probably in some shock too, from the surgery and everything.
It wasn't in shock. It was just cold, and I was shivering, which is one way to lose weight. But I mean, And then I would try and, go for a walk. I'd get up sometimes at like 2 in the morning and complain how cold it was. And I'd just walk up and down the hallway, and
Trying to get the blood flow going and the body temperature up a little.
yeah, it didn't help. It was just too cold in there. And I just was thinking it must have been like my grandfather when he was, fighting the Germans on the Eastern Front, marching. I was thinking of him when I was marching up and down the hallway in the hospital, my grandfather Abraham. But it was a survival situation. It's like you have to get your exercise, you have to take your meds, But I didn't, And the nurses at the Rehab Hospital Pacific, it's like the best rehab hospital in Hawaii, but the night nurses weren't, it wasn't like at Queens. At Queens, they were just, everybody was the A-team over there. At least in the cardiac ward, they were, and it said like on the wall, patient care comes first. On the little, every room had like a writing, a whiteout board, you could write on with not with grease pencils, with Sharpies and stuff. And it said patient care comes first right on the top line in every room. And that's exactly how they acted all the time. And they're the A-team over at Queens, and I got nothing bad to say about them at all. And it was just a hell of a survival experience. Surviving open heart surgery is like it's a journey. So I was just trying to give some support over the weekend to our accountant's wife, who's had to basically going to be in charge of his rehabilitation. So trying to give her all the tips she needs to make sure she has all the little things. It's not much. There's not many things that you need, but what you need, I think I need to text her to make sure she has saline solution. They took his grafts out of his arm for the bypass instead of his leg for some reason. They took mine out of the leg. So either way, she'll need to clean out the wounds as they heal, where they took the artery grafts from. So I'll tell her to get some saline solution too. I forgot that one. Although I haven't mentioned it on my YouTube videos of the bug out bags and the medical bags and stuff, but so I'm gonna have to. I don't think they watch my YouTube channel. He's too busy doing accounting stuff. He has a lot of clients, but at least this didn't happen in tax season. So he said the only person who's late on who out of all his like hundreds of clients, like he's the only person who hasn't, who still is out on it, hasn't filed his extension yet or something. It's funny. But yeah, so I don't know. So you're doing your show on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm going to do it this Thursday, but then the next week I will skip it.
Okay. Is it going to be gardening again or something else?
No, it'll be something else. I'm thinking like to start out with first aid kits, like maybe discuss some things to go in there.
I'm just got a warning that said Internet Explorer stopped working. So if it dies, I might just drop out of the thing.
Well, you have 10 minutes to get back in it before it's completely out if that happens, just so you know.
Okay, so hey, I'm going to drop out and then come right back. Okay?
Okay. All right, I'll be right here.
Okay, thanks.
John Z over on YouTube is talking about having a difficult time sleeping.
Okay, well, I use a CPAP machine right now myself, so I'm on trazodone. I hit the close button and it didn't close, but all right. It appears to still be working in spite of the fact
you might be able to just refresh your page and it work too. I don't know.
The Hangout page or something else?
Yeah, the internal page.
Okay. I don't even see a place where I don't see that little circle thing to refresh it anymore.
You might not have it on yours. The only thing that helps me get to sleep, and sometimes that don't even help if my pain level's up, is tizanidine. And the essential oils that sometimes will help is thyme. Thyme is like a muscle relaxer. And I take it in a capsule with some peppermint.
What you can get Benadryl. It's in Walmart sells little. That's over the counter. I use Trazodone. That's a prescription, but Walmart has it for $4. You can get a little 100 these little pink capsules.
Right, with the diphenhydramine in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that thing that I can't pronounce. Diphenhydramine. It's like it's basically over the counter, and it's marked as an anti-allergy. It's like allergy relief. But it's basically what they put in, like medicines, like
medicine.
It's like if it's like Tylenol PM, that's basically what's in it, or something like that, or Advil PM. That's basically what's in it. Is Benadryl, that whatever it is. And so that Walmart has them, and it's marked allergy relief. And you can ask the pharmacist, and it's the little pink capsules, and it's a tiny little bottle for $4 for like 100 of them.
Yeah.
I take 2 of them when I was using that, but problem I was having was sleep apnea. If you snore when you fall asleep, then basically I did a sleep study, and I had severe sleep apnea. So basically they gave me a CPAP machine, and basically just it's just a little nose plugs that and a machine that pumps
oxygen,
plain air, and it has a little water tank, so it's not just dry. It put in a little distilled water into it, and
so it has some moisture. It's not drying out your sinuses.
Basically, what it does is it keeps your throat open so you can't snore, and because snoring, it cuts off basically what'll happen is you'll cut off the air, and then you'll just wake up after an hour or whatever, and you won't be able to get it. I wasn't getting part of the reasons I had problems because I wasn't sleeping right, and so anyway, the CPAP machine seems to be helping, and it has a little computer in it, and it tracks how you sleep and stuff, and it helped. But as far as the medicine, you can. The cheap solution is go to Walmart and get that stuff. But if you have sleep apnea, then go get a sleep study and have your medical insurance pay for a CPAP machine.
Yeah,
it's weird having
He has a CPAP machine, but it makes his sleep apnea worse, and it's so uncomfortable.
I didn't find mine uncomfortable. I mean, there's a couple different masks and all. The one that seems to work best for me is just the one. It's like there's a strap behind your head and 2 nose plugs, and there's oxygen in there. Once you get used to it, it's just you sleep with it, and you wake up without it because it keeps your throat passage open and from being obstructed by whatever is causing the sleep apnea. So it's worked for me. And the computer proved it. They keep track of it.
Just Dan said finding the right mask is the trick to it.
Yeah, and I also got one of those SoClean machines that just uses the activated oxygen to kill any bacteria inside of the hose that connects the machine to the mask. It's not really a mask if you just use the nose plugs. I mean, I have a mask one too. I used that for a while when I was I had some nasal congestion. I was having problems, but I switched back to the little nose plug things, and they work fine. But yeah, I take Trazodone to fall asleep. I mean, sometimes I can fall asleep without it, but it's easier to fall asleep with it. There was something on that. Somebody had on Steam it about Trazodone, and it does have some potential side effects, but it's not that bad. So I didn't have any side effects. Scary side effects like potential suicidal tendencies.
Oh, there's all kinds of side effects from not sleeping right.
Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah, you have to sleep. I hadn't gotten any REM sleep even after, the operation. It was like I'd fall asleep and then, wake up an hour later, with a, sometimes I wake up with a heart on and that, because my circulation was so good. But I'd be in a, I was in like, at the time I was in a retirement home full of like old ladies, like, although all the women there were like 91 or something, so like, what am I going to do with that? Try and go back to sleep, I guess. And so it's like, it's better if you could just sleep like get a few hours of sleep. It just, after the CPAP helped me like about a month of sleeping with that, and boy, it's like I felt like a normal person again, but just dealing with health issues. Seems like a lot of people on gun channels, went through a lot of. There's like a lot of old guys with health issues, like Bob and a few other people.
John Z wants to know if you need he's asking you, do you need a vibrant 91-year-old, he guesses.
Well, there was basically one 90-year-old Republican lady there who would always sit at my table, and she was the sweetest, nicest lady. And I think her family just wanted to, get her house and sell it so they could spend her money. But, she didn't know what she was living with. She was the only Republican in the place, And so she, everybody else there was a stark raving lunatic Democrat. And so we were the only two Republicans there. So, I like talking to her, and yet all the Democrats just pissed me off, Oh, so yeah, I enjoyed talking to her, and she's probably one of the nicest ladies I ever met in my life. But, obviously she was 91, so that was that. But I like talking to her.
John Z, New Yorkistan, huh?
What?
John Z said he doesn't live in the U.S. He lives in New Yorkistan.
Yeah. Well, open carry passes the Reciprocity Act. Maybe, get some Second Amendment, a little carry rights. I have a lot of the same problems that you have. As far as carry permits, they don't exist here, but. It's always a question. You always have to measure what you have to gain by what you have to lose, whether you carry somewhere. But I'm pretty good with my knife, so I feel pretty safe with just my karambit. But gun would be an extra level of protection. I'd like to open carry my revolver for sure, just because it's so fucking cool, man. It's a brick house. Why not carry a brick house with you? And it's mighty for sure. 357 Magnum.
Let's all hang out.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of whoop ass. 357 Magnum is a whole lot of whoop ass. It's only 6 shots, but man, it's Magnum power, Magnum force. So. I like it. Well, Internet Explorer still seems to be working. I don't know why. What is up with this? See how maybe it's the other page that Internet has closed. Explorer has closed its webpage to protect your computer. I don't know.
Okay, that's weird.
That was a different page though. Yeah, that was my own YouTube page. Oh, yeah, something on YouTube. I swear. I think I'll say, try to return to YouTube, see what happens.
John Z trying to get me to apply the essential oils to him instead of his wife. He says that she said it's okay. He's a big boy. He can apply it himself.
That's funny.
I know you're just messing with me. Silly man.
Okay. So your wife,
Surprising.
so it's you have the same problem that Oily's wife, husband has. It's like Oily always has a headache, right? With all those essential oils, you haven't fixed that yet?
Well, it's a damaged nerve, so
Oh.
no. It knocks it down, but it's a damaged nerve.
So what did you think of that whole thing? Danny's off-grid flat went on that rant about like trolling and stuff, you know, on I guess with Cab 7 or something, you know. Basically, I was on one of I was just listening to one of the shoot the shit chats, and basically what they were complaining about was that the Cab 7 was having some kind of camping event, outdoors event, and he disinvited them or something. But I don't know anything, you know, that happened for real. I mean, you know, it's just like people start arguing over the internet and giving each other shit. It's like,
well, there's just some people over here on YouTube that they will just target a person. You know, it happened to me. It's happened to We Tree Bonsai. It's happened to quite a few people. So, like We Tree Bonsai, it gets a little scary because somebody actually went to her yard and stole her bonsai trees, $100,000 worth of bonsai trees, and burned them on the back of her property and stuff. So she doesn't know if it's related to the person that's threatening her on YouTube or somebody different. So a little bit scary.
yeah, I guess you can't leave your bonsai trees out in your front yard.
No, they wasn't in her front yard. They were in her greenhouse.
Oh, they broke into a greenhouse. Wow.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, I mean, I've heard of people stealing. There was a case in Hawaii where some guy broke into somebody's greenhouse, stole like 2 medical marijuana plants, and was running down the street with it. And the owner went down, chased after him, and shot him with his shotgun. Unfortunately, but the guy was running away with two marijuana plants basically down the street. And you know, the guy had been in trouble before. I mean, that was stole the plants. He was like, you know, a neighborhood felon or whatever. But they prosecuted the guy who shot him because he shot him in the back, you know, while he was running away. So he went to jail for quite some time. And he's still there. So basically, they don't like it. Definitely, if you shoot somebody, don't shoot them in the back while they're running away. You know, that's it's bad idea. So, but that's what happened in that particular case about, yeah, people are very, you know, when it comes to their marijuana plants, you probably don't want to bust into greenhouses around here because you're going to piss somebody off. They take their drug grows pretty seriously. There's actually some legal, you know, they've got legal marijuana grows, you know, now where you can, if you have a medical card, and that they're actually passed a lot of marijuana dispensaries, you know, out here, but they haven't got it all totally figured out yet. But
I'm ready for Oklahoma to pass something. There's some people that are in chronic pain that need some help. And it's silly that they'll pass pain relievers that the doctors are too scared to even prescribe them because they're afraid that the FDA is going to get onto them and take their license.
Yeah, well, you know, when I got the I had an infected root canal, and the doctor gave me, you know, the oxy, you know, like 2 weeks of oxy pills and some antibiotics so basically the antibiotics got rid of the infection and then the pain went away. But you know, for 2 weeks, I needed that, but they had like they couldn't just give it to me. They had to wait and notify the police first and stuff, you know. And before it's not like getting any other prescription filled. They've got to go through extra legal steps to fill that prescription, you know, and because of the
just ridiculous.
You know, it's not like I wanted to have to take them or anything. You know, as soon as the pain stopped, I stopped taking them. But I did go on the early watch gun show on gun channels, and like while I was on it, I'd wake up, have some coffee, pop my oxy, and then go on you Google hangout. I was flying off. Everybody
It'd
could
be
tell I
interesting
was.
to go back and see those. I wonder if he made any sense back then.
Well, I
So
never make any sense.
we got a celebrity in the house. It's the white Tupac.
Tupac used
Well,
oxy, but I just smoke weed. But yeah, I can't smoke anything anymore. So I'm afraid my weed smoking days are back. I'm gonna have to be left back in high school where they belong. But yeah, I think I just used it for 7 days, and then the pain stopped. So it's just,
well, have you ever heard of anybody ODing on marijuana? Other than like maybe a child.
well, hash oil is a whole different matter. I mean, I could tell you off-air stories about my teenage years. Don't drive a car if you're on hash oil. Is all I can tell you. But it's
But ODing, I'm saying actually overdosing, dying of taking too much.
well, smoking anything isn't good for you. But no, I've never heard of anyone dying of it. But I mean, that doesn't mean it's good for you. Just as it doesn't automatically kill you, doesn't mean it can't mess with the development of your brain. If you take it when you're a teenager.
I'm not talking kids. I'm talking adults. I'm talking people that are in severe pain, who are adults, who are driving while they're on that crap.
Yeah, but the problem with all these marijuana laws is that it winds up getting into the kids' hands. One way or the other, the kids are going to get their hands on it. And there are doctors that come out to Hawaii and they just pay for their trip by writing prescriptions for marijuana to people that they've never met. And so then there's vacation places that if they'll give them free rent, at a vacation house if they just write enough, medical, marijuana prescriptions for people. It's just insane. It's like, and so, and developing brains are different than, adults, and it takes a while for a brain to finish developing. I don't know how old, at what point. I think it's 25 or something, but so if you do too much pot when you're a teenager, then, it can affect your development.
Well, even up till age 25, the brain doesn't actually quit developing until age 25. So.
Yeah. So, and so it always winds up being used recreationally instead of medicinally, and so the people who need it medicinally get, it just the system gets gamed. Like any government system, the system will get gamed. So, and I don't know. It's I think I'd be better off without having ever used that stuff, but whatever. I guess everybody does stupid things when they're a kid, So, and it's just I hope that there's some way they can get people who need it that to use it as medicine, to be able to use it and just not have it be sold to kids, which it is, So. But that's my sermon for the day. I don't. I'm the last person who should be lecturing people. I was a crazy kid in high school, let me tell you. But I'm all grown up now, so.
Well, that's debatable.
I don't act like a grown up, but. I think my brain has stopped developing. I'm sure a lot of people on gun channels would agree with that, but so yeah, when was the last time you went out shooting, Oily? Just curious.
It's probably been a couple months. I just shoot here because we live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's cool being able to just go on your patio, set up some targets, and
Yeah, it's kind of a hassle because I have to lock all the dogs in the house, but But yeah, it's nice to.
How many dogs do you have?
We have 4, and only one that we voluntarily brought home. Okay,
That's
I
a lot of
adopted one
dogs.
from the pound.
Oh, that's
My
nice.
son had my son had one, and he wasn't in a good place, and he wasn't taking care of her. So I told him that she was just gonna have to stay with me, and that's the one that had been missing for 79 days. But anyway, she's my little protector. And then my daughter had to have a dog, when a puppy, and she grew up, and my daughter moved and she couldn't have the dog with her, so she's been here. And then of course she didn't get her fixed in time, and she had pups, and we've got one of her pups. So yeah.
Yeah, so you're a doggy mother.
I have 4 fur babies, and they are spoiled rotten.
I bet. I'm jealous though. I live in a condo, you know, and my folks had a miniature schnauzer that passed away, and they did like a pound rescue too. Got a rescue dog from a company that was like in the mall, and they have rescue dogs, and they try and find homes for them. And so they got one, and because basically the dog was basically help my dad, because it was like almost like a service dog, because you know, especially Rocky, you know, my dad would walk him, or the dog would walk my dad, you know, 3 times a day, and it kept my dad moving, you know, which you need to do after, you know, open heart surgery. And you know, my dad had open surgery when he was 59, and he's like, I think in August he's going to be 80, 86, you know, and so but the dog, you know, looks at him, goes to the door, runs back to my dad, goes to the door. So my dad's like, oh, okay, I'll take you for your walk, you know. And so every day it works, you know. And so that's basically, he needs to have a dog with him, you know. It's like almost a service animal for him. But so, but we had, you know, my folks had pretty good dogs, and so. But I live in a condo, and when I was running my studio, I couldn't even take care of a houseplant, much less of a dog, you know. So I always was moving around when I had my studio in the same place, but I was always working all the time, and I was hardly ever, you know, at wherever I was living outside, whatever place I was renting, an apartment or condo or house, or whatever it was, bottom of a house, and so there's no way I could have a dog. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, mine are my therapy. When I'm hurting, they'll get up there and cuddle with me, and
4
I'll just pet
dogs.
them.
What kind? What kind do you have? I mean, I saw your CJ.
Okay. The one that we rescued from the pound, her name is Sadie. She's a black lab. She's not really a size of a lab. She's a lab mix. So she's smaller than a lab, but she's black like a lab, and you can tell she's got lab in her. And then she's a sweetheart. She's the old fart of the bunch. She's getting gray, but she's a sweetheart. Terrified of thunder though, so she was up in my husband's lap all evening with the storms going on here. And then CJ is the little scrappy do one that was missing. She's a blue heeler mix, but she's small for a blue heeler, and she still has her tail because a lot of people cut those off around here on blue heelers. And then Sophie is the dog that my daughter got one year for Christmas. Hold on, let me shut this door.
Okay. See if I can find my Rocky pictures. I have a whole screen.
Anyway, Sophie is a husky Australian shepherd, miniature Australian shepherd mix. And then her pup, she bred with a blue heeler, a full-blooded blue heeler. So her pup's half Australian shepherd, half husky, and then another, or a third or quarter of each of those, and then completely half blue heeler. So.
I put all my Rocky pictures in a folder. Let's see if I can.
He's like a perpetual puppy. He just likes to cuddle. He thinks he's a lap dog, but he's like 70 pounds.
70 pounds. Yeah, that's big for a lap dog. See, this is like the cutest Rocky picture. He's just a puppy. See if I can screen share this one. screen share button. Okay. That was Rocky as the puppy.
Aww. He's so cute.
Yeah, he was. He was like the star of the neighborhood, I swear. You know, once I was visiting my folks, I took him for a walk, and everybody walked up to Rocky and said hello. They didn't talk to me. They would say hello to Rocky. He was like a rock star. The whole neighborhood knew who he was, you know. And, you know, people would come up and want to pet him or talk to him, you know. And he didn't even know how to talk. So, and I was standing right there. They'd ignore me. It's so funny. I think I have like another couple pictures of him, but he got older. But
he's so cute.
Yeah, he was irresistible.
I tell you what, it's something. I mean, just petting a dog, it releases endorphins. It's like, just love my babies. They crack me up.
Yeah, let's see. Well, you know, when he got to the dog park, he would just go, as soon as he saw the dog park, like in the car window, he would just go absolutely nuts.
They know. They're smart. They know this stuff.
Let's see. This is a good picture of him in the garden in my parents' backyard. Let's see. Screen share this one.
No.
Yeah, he passed away. He lived a long life, but it doesn't matter how. It was painful, but it for us. But he was a great little dog. Yeah, that's my parents' backyard, and I have a bunch of. It's like my refrigerator is a Rocky shrine. It's like got 13 pictures of him plastered on it.
Aww.
So I'm looking forward to getting a house where I could have my own dogs, and not just because I don't want to deal with the whole thing with a condo. Every time they got to pee, you got to take them outside, and I have to walk up and down all those stairs every time. So I'll get a house with a doggy door one of these days.
Yeah, you need a place where you can go outside and shoot your guns and have your pets and.
Yeah, I've been working on that. So that's why I need the crypto mafia thing to get going. get enough Bitcoin to buy it. But anyway, what else? I know I have more Rocky pictures, but let's see. Here he is older. This is like our last one of the. It's a little bit older in this picture, but this will be my last doggy picture. I want to keep sharing Rocky pictures. There he was on the couch. A little bit older.
Aww.
He did.
So what kind of personality did he have?
He was like a prince. He was like royalty.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't like to be handled or picked up and hugged. He just would cuddle against you on the couch or something. And he had my dad spoiled him rotten. He had 100 dog toys. It was ridiculous. He loved to steal socks, but run off with them. He's a purebred, so they have some of their purebreds. All purebreds have issues that mixed breeds don't have. So
yeah.
But schnauzers are pretty good. I mean, they were. This was a miniature schnauzer, but the full size one were bred for police work. They're police dogs, and like naturally just have an aggressive stance. They, you know, the way they just move forward, it's like I've seen a I saw a full-size Schnauzer at I think once at like Starbucks or something in Santa Monica, but or I went to like an Apple store for some reason. But yeah, the full-size one make decent police dogs. At least that's what they race them for in Germany. So, but it was like perfect for my dad because he just you know, he made my dad go for his walks. It's like, you know, if the cardiologist said you have to go for a walk every day, or my mom said it's time for you to go for a walk, he would just blow that off. But if the dog wants to go for a walk, then, you know, he's out the door.
Oh.
So it definitely makes a great service animal. But yeah, I'm jealous you get to have so many dogs on your farm. But
Well, it wasn't by our.
It wasn't planned.
Yeah, it wasn't planned on our end, but I guess God planned it that way. And they each add so much. You know, Sophie's like, she's the husky mix. She's got the softest tongue you'll ever feel on a dog when she goes to lick you. And her fur is like a very fine fur. It's just real super soft, and she's just so sweet. And then Rascal, her pup, you know, the one, he looks like a pit bull and he looks like he'd just be so mean. He's the biggest that we have, but he's just the biggest sweetheart that we have. The one you got to be scared of is the smaller one, the one that I wrote my story about over on Steemit that had been gone 69 days or 79 days. She's the one that you have to watch out for because she's like a little Scrappy-Doo character. You know, she's like, let me at him, you know. She's always going after people and stuff like that. If they show any, it don't matter who it is either. If they show any sign of aggression towards me, that's just it, you know.
Yeah,
they're going to end up bit or running for their life.
Yeah, it's so funny that the little tiny dog that my parents got after Rocky passed away was like, you know, it always like runs at the pool cleaning guy in their backyard, but it stops like 2 feet short and it doesn't bite him, but it scares the shit out of the pool guy. But if you see a picture of their, you know, new dog, it's like, you know, less than 15 pounds, and it's just like, how could that little thing scare anybody? But you know.
Oh, I tell you,
it's like the
little ones are the ones you got to watch out for.
They make up for their size by being over aggressive, you know, and they try and overcompensate.
Yep, overcompensation. That's what I was gonna say.
You know, it's like that. Rocky used to go out and howl in the backyard of my folks' house, and next door they have like a Great Dane or something, you know, huge like that, and so, you know, they would all howl at each other, but like the Great Dane doesn't need to, like, you know, it just needs to like bark once, and then everybody in the neighborhood gets the message.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like this deep bark, like, you know, like, and it's like, you know, everybody, you know, everybody pays attention, so it doesn't have to bark more than once. That's
like that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's like Rascal. You know, he's the one that's the pit bull mix. He's the sweetest thing. He'll probably just lick you to death. But when he's sleeping and he's dreaming that he's chasing something, he'll like growl, and it's just like feels like it's rumbling the whole house. He'll growl and bark.
Doggy dreams of, yeah. You ever wonder what the dogs dream about? But
oh, chasing rabbits and stuff like that, I'm sure. At least mine do, because Rascal's always bringing up gophers or rabbits or birds or, you know, whatever he catches out in the field.
Wow. Yeah, so I was looking at different properties that I can't afford yet, but there's some nice ones. I found this really cool property that has like an has a lava tube underneath it that's all lit up with electrically wired. I should screenshot share that thing if I could find it.
If it had a lava tube under it, doesn't that mean that lava could go through it at some point?
No, it means it's like lava went through it, a decade or like 100 years ago or something. It's like the Thurston lava tube. It's been there forever. I mean, yeah, lava hasn't. Here, I'll show you a picture of this one. Let's see if I found it. Go back to the screen share button. They actually have a video, but here, can you see that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have lighting and stuff.
That is so cool looking, but yeah, I'd be scared to have that thing under my house.
Well, it's over to the side of the house. There's a bunch of little houses, and then there's this lava tube underneath it. That's an extensive $25,000 lighting system. Well, a lava tube would make a great little bunker, except, you have to try and put some kind of door on it or something. But
it'd be a great bunker until lava decided to come back in there again, I guess.
Well, lava doesn't decide to come back in there again. I mean, this is upslope. I can show you where it is. Let's scroll down where it is. This is like, show you how far it is from the active volcano. This is in the back of a subdivision, the Fern Acre subdivision. So the active lava is like over here. And so this house is all the way over here. So, and it's upslope from the lava. So things generally flow downhill. But this is a very old lava tube. Could be several hundred years old. But where it is. But that'd be a good house as far as being in the back of a subdivision with just, lots of forest reserve behind you. But it's kind of an expensive little property.
Well, I'm sure.
Seeing all these pictures, lots of plantings and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But it's like, yeah, $400,000 for this place. Converted barn house. Big fire pit. There's another picture of the lava tube, the cave entrance.
That's so cool.
Cave gazebo.
That's cool.
And there's like all color light bulbs and stuff from the cave. Yeah, it's like you don't get a house with a built-in natural bomb shelter. North Korea bombs the Big Island for some reason. I don't know why they would bomb the volcano, but
John said he wants an outhouse with a never-ending hole. You don't want to have to move your outhouse any. There you go. Maybe you just need to do it over a lava tube. Drill down in there. It'll just...
Here's some other homes I was looking at.
Oh, that one's cool. Look at that.
Yeah, and the inside's done pretty nice too. This one was how much? 430,000. I need Bitcoin to go to 1 million and really quick.
Uh-huh. Oh my goodness. And they're asking how much for that one?
Kind of water storage and purification system. Inside the energy shed.
And how much are they asking for that one?
430,000. There's a picture from above. That's 20 acres, I think. You get 20 acres of land with that one.
Hmm.
And that's right there. That's where it is. That's not too far from them.
John said just win the lottery. That's problem solved.
No, John, just go on Genesis Mining and keep using my affiliate code and keep giving me more mining power. So, I can just trade Bitcoin for it. You know,
We
gold.
have,
Go ahead.
thinking we have 360 acres here, but it don't look that pretty.
Yeah, this is the one that I showed before. I think last week or the week before.
Yeah, I love that. I love the peak ceilings and the.
You know, all the wood floors and stuff. I don't know if it's probably Pergo. Might be real wood, but Pergo's good too. I like this
John
one.
said he has 3 pennies to his name. He'll spend them as soon as possible.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I showed this one on your check as Oklahoma Prep. I remember him saying he liked the space underneath the house.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, nice lanai. He has a kayak, looks like, hanging there.
There you go.
Yeah, this one I like. This one's only $3.99, but I think they want some extra money for the 20-acre lot around it. But whatever. Solar and water system shed. Looks like an ice box too.
Yeah.
And there's your catchment tank. Anyway, so that concludes the home buying tour in Hawaii.
Wow.
So go Bitcoin go. That's all I have to say. I don't have very much of it, but I'm mining it slowly.
You got to do it this way. Go Bitcoin. Go Bitcoin. It's your birthday. Go Bitcoin.
Go Bitcoin, baby.
Bitcoin.
Well, gold's been going down like crazy. You know, the banks have been pushing it down, but you know, at some point, you think if they ever get into institutional investors get into buying Bitcoin, it'll go crazy because there's only 21 million. There's a cap of how many coins there can be, and who knows? But I haven't been like super. I should be more anxious to buy gold and silver, but I know it's also manipulated. That you know, the banking system will have to completely fail for the manipulators to, you know, not you know, for the basic futures market to end and have a physical trading market. You know, but who knows about that stuff? It's just, you know, it's so cheap right now, the silver, but it might go down even more.
Just Dan, I want you to find him the best spot in Northwest Tennessee for a prepper.
Wait, who's going to find a spot in Northwest Tennessee?
Just Dano wants you to find him the best spot in Northwest Tennessee for a prepper.
But I've been working on the Big Island of Hawaii, just Dano. And you know, that's you know, I like you know, found one place with an underground bunker, natural lava tube built in with lighting and everything. You know, and I don't know, and I did my video, you know, hacking through the jungle on that one lot that's still available last time I checked, but I'm still stuck in my in-town condo, you know, but like in town in Kona isn't like it's not like a metropolis, like, you know, a major city or anything. It's basically a very, very tiny little town. So compared to any major city on the mainland, it's like a suburb. It's like a traffic stop almost. But it is what it is. At least I'm close to the Walmart and Costco and Safeway, so you know, I can hit the stores real quick if the shit really does hit the fan. So far, all we've got is like 4 water pumps that have stopped working, and then all the aquifers around town. So hopefully they'll get all that stuff fixed, so I can keep taking showers and wasting water. So yeah, I took a shower today before the chat to calm down and relax and get all, you know, clean, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Mm.
Anyway, all right. So I guess we'll wrap this one up unless there's any questions or comments out in the externals. I think my Internet Explorer stopped working, so I can't even see that right now. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll try and make it on again next week. Hope everybody at Gun Channels is doing well and out there on YouTube in the prepping and silver stacking and crypto community, which I'm just kind of getting into myself. And I guess fight the good fight, keep your groups tight. See you all next week.
Bye, everyone.
Aloha. Geez, where is the stop button? Oh.